Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr, and it's time for the Thursday afternoon, just before Friday, Monday morning podcast, and I'm just checking in on you. I'm sorry. How are you? How's your week going? I hope it's going wonderful. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. I'm actually having a great week. I just did two nights at the Irvine Improv that I had not been to in fucking years. You're probably like, why, Bill? Why haven't you done the Irvine Improv in so many fucking years? Why is it? I mean, it's a mere fucking 15, 20 miles away from Hollywood. Where you live, you big fucking phony. What happened, huh? Why didn't you go? Were you too busy getting fucking sexually harassed? You know, so you didn't drive down there? No, that's a good guess. That would be a good guess with all the stories out there. I was not sexually harassed. I wanted it. No. I didn't go down there because the fucking traffic. The goddamn motherfucking traffic on the way down there. It's like a fucking 2-hour drive. To go like fucking 15, 20 miles. It's like a 2-hour drive. And then when you go back, you're thinking, well, at least now it's like around midnight. There's going to be no fucking traffic. But then that's when they work on the fucking road and they get it all the way down to one lane and actually take everybody on the highway off of the fucking highway. And at that point, you can kind of go fuck yourselves. Maybe they put a couple of signs up. And it just became like this 8-hour gig that was like fucking, like, I don't know. I don't know how many fucking miles I've driven in my career, but that was the gig that broke me. I was just like, I can't fucking do this anymore. All right? So, anyways, I start my year on the road this weekend coming up tomorrow, actually. I'm going to be in Reno. So, old Billy's got to shake the rust off. All right? Old Billy dad pants. Old Billy around the house. He's got to fucking remember how to do stand-up. Did I just shut my recorder off? Just slammed down on the ground. Yeah, so I need to do a couple of tune-up shows. So I went down there, and I was like, wait a minute. I've gotten my pilot's license since the last time I did the Irvine Improv. I'll rent a fucking R-22, fly down with an instructor, and I'll go up and over. Go fuck yourselves. You know, fly over all of that shit. This is what a cunt I am. So I go over there. We start flying down with my instructor, and all I'm praying for is bumper-to-bumper traffic. All I want to see is red fucking brake lights not moving the whole way down. So we go to take off. There's a full moon in the sky. Beautiful sunset over the fucking water. I mean, it's beautiful. I get in the fucking air and I'm looking down and the traffic's not moving that bad. I'm like, what the fuck, right? Go right over downtown LA, flew out of Burbank. Dude, we got down there from startup to shutdown. We got there in like 32 minutes. It was incredible. Jumped in a cab, quick little 5-minute ride from John Wayne or whatever, 10-minute ride over. No traffic. I got there. I was in the best mood. Since I'd been there, they moved to like a new location in that fucking gigantic mall. It's got like the mall's so big it has a Ferris wheel. Okay, now I'm not trying to step on any toes out there in Minnesota. All right, I know you got a fucking roller coaster in yours, but this is like the biggest one that I've seen, or be honest with you, that I want to see. It's like a little city. You know, like one night, the second night we were there, the cab driver dropped us off, and then we realized that even though we were at the mall that the Improv was in, we were still like a half a mile away from where the fucking thing was. So we had to get back in the cab. Hey, I'm telling you, it was huge. Okay. So, and then we go, you know, do 2 shows. The show ends, get back in the helicopter, you know, it was a little, you know, I haven't done a lot of night flights, so flying down was a little weird because of all the lights and everything. But on the way back, you're going to see the lights of downtown LA. So just point right at that. And came back, went Coanga Pass, and right back in. It was fucking great. Came home, woke up the next day, felt great, was excited about going down there again. All right. Obviously, you know that if I'm telling all these the story in this detail, that something ended up happening, right? So, next night, same fucking thing. I get down there. I'm all excited, right? We get in the helicopter. Same thing. Full moon again. Another great sunset. And this time, what I wanted to see. Bumper to bumper. Horrific fucking traffic. And I loved it. I had no sympathy for my fellow man. What I was selfish in that moment. I wanted what I wanted. I wanted to be like, yes, that's why I did it. And I needed all of these other people to suffer for me to feel good about the decision that I made. Right? Well, we all know what happens when you do shit like that. When you treat your fellow man like a fucking extra in the movie of your own life. Guess what happened? I had 2 wonderful fucking shows. And I get off stage and my instructor goes, "You're not going to believe this. The airport is closed." I go, "What do you mean it's closed?" He goes, "I looked at the NOTAMs, which are notice to all airmen, and it said that they were working on, the fucking lights, the runway lights and all that shit at the airport, but we were thinking, hey, we're a fucking helicopter. We do whatever we want, right?" Not the case. They're working on lights, so they shut the fucking thing down. So now we can't fly back. And I'm like, how the fuck am I going to get home? The instructor has to get a hotel room because he's got to fly the helicopter back because it's booked to be used on instruction the next day. So we make sure he gets a fucking room. And then I end up riding back with Josh Adam Myers. So I'm in the car. He's got a friend there. So now there's 3 of us in basically his 2-seater. His friend in the back kind of had to sit sideways, right? So we're driving and I'm like, Jesus Christ. And I laughed. I'm like, but whatever, it's late at fucking night. We'll cruise home. We'll listen to some tunes or whatever. We start doing that and we get about 3 miles into the gig and all I see is brake lights. And I'm like, oh no, not the shutdown of the highway. And that's exactly what it was. It was a shutdown of the highway down to 2 lanes. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe we'll just drive around some trucks down to 1 lane. Okay, maybe they're just working on 3 lanes to the fucking off-ramp. They send an entire highway of people off the fucking off-ramp, past like a fucking Carl's Jr., and then go fuck yourselves. So now we're fucking Waze. Everybody's on Waze trying to fucking figure out how to get there, how to get back to the highway, when you can get back on it. We finally see where we can take a left-hand turn, and we get to the intersection, and there's like 6 police cars and a fucking SUV that slammed into a tree. So obviously there was some sort of car chase there, so we can't make a left. Is there a fucking reason why the fire department and the fucking police just have to park in the most douchiest fucking way? So there's no possible way. I know you don't want to get hit. Jesus Christ, can you just give us an avenue? Nope, go fuck. I'm sure that's because when they did, some fucking asshole hit somebody and they got killed. But I'm being a selfish cunt again. So anyways, I'm telling you, it's my karma. I paid for it. And I didn't get home until fucking, I think 2:10 in the morning. My beautiful daughter gets up at about, 6:20, 6:30 in the morning. So right now I feel like I'm drunk. However, having said that, this month was one of the great months. This past month, I should say, was one of the great months of my life because for the simple fact, after 20 years of doing the road, I was not on the road. And I got to spend all this time with my family, just doing dad and husband shit, which I got to admit is pretty awesome. I remember I used to go to the mall and I would look at people, pushing their kids around and blah, 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 blah. And I knew having a kid was awesome, but I used to always look at them like, oh my God, look at them. They're trapped. They can't get out. It was like claustrophobic to me. And now that I'm in that situation, I got to admit, I love going to the mall. I really fucking enjoy it. My daughter's hilarious. We just push her around in the stroller and she waves to everybody, going, hi. Come on, man, a baby waves at you. It says hi. It's all putting smiles on grumpy people's faces. It was tremendous. And I got a bunch of hours flying the helicopter. I wanted to get up to 150 hours, which I did last night. I don't know what I got because I wasn't able to look at the Hobbs meter because we didn't fly back. So I think I got a 0.5, and I was at 149.9. So I know I'm over. So I got 150. So my goal is this year, I want to get 12 hours a month. So by the end of the year, I'll have roughly about 300 hours. And, I don't know, whatever. I get into shit. So, having said that, all right, it was still incredible experience, and it's a good story, that the fucking, and I also learned something. When they shut down the lights, just because we don't have to use the fucking runway, you still can't fly out. I learned that.